This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padre fan? Welcome to your Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And dare I say, today is the greatest day to be a Padre. No doubt about it. What a win for the San Diego Padres tonight. 11-1. They smoke the LA Dodgers. All these one-run games, all these times you're sitting there watching this team struggle and scuffle and not do anything offensively. Tonight, they go to Pound Town and they take the Dodgers with them. 16 hits for the Padres tonight. Manny, he was bugging, and we got a big show for you tonight. Luis Arraez, Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill with the bat and the glove. And oh, what a performance at the perfect time by Dylan Cease. This is Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, Gries, at Jim Grease _ on social media. By the way, make sure you give us a follow. Hit that subscribe. Smash that bell as well so you get the alerts when we're coming your way with more content as well. And then you know what to do, right? Come on in and say hi in the comments. We're free on YouTube. We are free on Roku, and we're free wherever you listen to your podcast. Myself and Javier Reyes, who does Locked On Padres podcast day after day. Thank you so much for making us your first watch or listen. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, and we are just pumped. What a win tonight for the Padres. A great job from start to finish. And before we really get going, I have to let you know that tonight's episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year with Monarch Money on the Locked On Podcast Network. All right, buckle up. We're about to go on a voyage for the next 20 minutes or so, taking you through what happened in this game tonight. We got the box score, we got the scoring summary, we got the turning point, we got the star of the game. So many more things coming your way. The win of the season so far for the Padres. Padres POSTCAST. Locked On Podcast Network. I'm Grease. Let's roll.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Machado, what a game Manny had, and Padres beat the Dodgers 11-1. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network. Got a lot to get to in this show this evening, but we could just leave that shot of Manny up there all night, couldn't we? I mean, what a job he's done lately, and what a game he had tonight offensively, defensively, made the sliding grab. He's been doing a lot of that lately as well. Recap just came up, but it was a great game all the way across the board. Manny crushed it tonight. Jackson Merrill with another outstanding performance. He had an RBI triple, had a great catch in center field, robbing Freddie Freeman. And when you're holding Freeman and Ohtani to singles, you're doing great. And that's exactly what the Padres did tonight. There is a look at Martin Maldonado. Had a big home run tonight. Great job by him, the Padres catcher. It's a bonus because he's so great defensively whenever he hits. But look at Fernando getting dirty, scoring at the dish head first. And no, he's still not hitting, but he's wreaking havoc on the bases, although he did get picked off tonight. And he's still in the middle of everything. Here's a look at Jackson Merrill going up high to rob Freddie Freeman. Nice job by Action Jackson there. And then, of course, the guy who made it all work tonight, Dylan Cease. And the Dodgers offense didn't exist. That's pretty much what happened in this game tonight. All right, here we go with the recap. And, of course, we'll take you through a look. I mean, it was just a great game for the Padres from start to finish, and no score through two, but they got 3 in the bottom of the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 4 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh. It was 11-0. The Dodgers got a mercy run. Kind of felt bad for them in the 8th inning. But seriously, man, what a night for the Padres at the dish. We'll get to more of that in a minute. We'll get to you the box score. Again, 11-16-0 for the Padres. Almost a picture-perfect game, and Dylan Cease was phenomenal. 7 innings of work, only 3 hits, 5 walks, which always gets him in trouble. Got out of jams in the 3rd and the 5th innings, but he struck out 11, and he only threw 103 pitches. And then Morgan came in a couple of innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, and an earned run. Luckily for him, it wasn't more. But, man, Manny Machado, 3 hits, 5 RBIs tonight. Luis Arraez, 3 hits, 4 runs scored. Man, Dodgers just don't have a major league pitching staff, do they, right now? I mean, everybody's hurt, but, hey, it is what it is. The Padres needed this offensively. Great job by them. Dylan Cease got only his 2nd win of the season. First one in forever. Struck out 11 for the Pods. 11-start winless streak. Wow, for Dylan Cease. And bizarre game in the series, but imagine that. Dylan Cease goes 11 starts without a win. Plenty of factors there. He blew a few of them. They didn't hit in a few of them. And it doesn't matter right now because you're going to look at the standings in a minute, and I'm going to get you that before the end of the show. But tonight was a big win, and this is the type of win that can propel a team. You got the defending champs, a team you were up 2 games to 1 on last season, a team that's filled with your former players, right? We saw it last night with the 2 pitchers in that game and what happened at the end of that game, right? And how embarrassing is it when you think about it that not only do you lose to that team, you got Tanner Scott going out there and getting the save as Kirby Yates gets the W. And, of course, they're both former Padres, and, that's no fun. But, man, season opener between the teams last night, the Dodgers won at 8-7 in 10 innings, and not even competitive with the pitching of the Dodgers has been really tough. 14 pitchers on the injured list for the Dodgers. The Padres will take it. Matt Sauer, he's 1-1. He was recalled from the minors. And, yeah, they just, look, the Padres got the game plan going in full effect with him. 111 pitches, 9 runs, 13 hits. Yikes. Kiki Hernandez pitched for the Dodgers over 2 innings tonight. Goes to show you the utility man. No pitch faster than like 57, 58. Man, it was, look, Cease with the bases loaded jam in the 3rd, a big jam in the 5th. He got out of there. Maldonado was great behind the dish, as always, hit a homer tonight. Xander Bogaerts, a 2-run single. Merrill, an RBI triple, and robbing Freeman. It was crazy. 11-0 Padres in the 7th before Michael Conforto's RBI single got the Dodgers on the board in the 8th, but that was it. That was it, man. In the 3rd inning, it was a thing of beauty. That's why you see the headline, and it's talking about the stars, because you're a sky full of stars. That's what it was tonight. When the Padres stars play like they played tonight, nobody's beating them. The offense erupts, shining stars, right? Cease fires, Action Jackson, Manny being Manny. Arraez probably should have had one in there too, but man, you're running out of space at that point. But in the 3rd inning, when they really needed to get the offense going, what happens? Fernando draws a walk. He's in the middle of everything. He scores when Arraez hits a bullet of a double out to right field. Fernando was running on the pitch, hit and run double. He scores every time. Machado singles home Arraez. 8-game hitting streak for Manny. Why you bugging? And then he scores on Merrill's triple to right. 5 RBI for Manny, by the way, matches a career high. I wonder who the star of the game will be. And then Randy Vasquez is going to pitch tomorrow in the finale of this series. Remember, they play the Dodgers 4 times at Chavez, the Stink Pot, next week. And this weekend, they're in Arizona facing the D-Bags. But Justin Robleski, 1-2 with a 7.20 ERA. He's only in the Dodgers rotation because of all the injuries. But, hey, we'll take it, right? Maybe the Pods can beat up on him, too. And just a real nice night and a real good game for the Padres. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. We got so much to do. Again, 11-1 San Diego. The series tied at a game apiece, and you got so much to think about in this series. You got the standings. Remember, the Giants didn't play last night. So after this game tonight, the Giants are only a half game out, and the Padres are a game out. The Giants, believe it or not. Now, this is absolutely absurd. They won another 1-run game tonight. They won it. Now, the Padres games for the Giants, 1-0 Padres, 3-2 Padres, 6-5 Giants, 3-2 Giants. Are you reading me? Okay. Now, the Braves come into San Francisco, 5-4 Giants, 3-2 Giants, 4-3 Giants. Now the Rockies come into the Giants go into Colorado. They beat the Rockies 6-5. Are you freaking kidding me? How many 1-run games in a row is that the Giants have won, and they're a half game out? This is crazy. The Padres won the first 2 of that series. So the last 2 of the Padres series, all 3 Braves games, and now the Rockies games. So University of Miami degree tells me that's 6 in a row that the stupid, stinking, rotten Giants have won by 1 run. But the Padres win tonight. They are a game out. The Giants are a half game out. The NL West is, as we say, in a logjam. It's crazy, right? And then you got Arizona. Where are they at in there? They're 6.5. They're free falling, and they got bad injury news this past week, of course. And Padres need to go to AZ and beat up on them as well, and that's going to be something that really helps them long term. So a great win for San Diego, but they need to keep pace, right? They're one game behind the Dodgers, could move into a tie with the Dodgers tomorrow without moving into first place, because then the Giants, if they win, would be in first by a half game. So it's crazy right now. And the Padres had a chance to do something about it. They blew a 5-run lead in that third game of the Giants series. For whatever reason, the Giants came back in that game. They've done nothing but win 1-run games since, and I find it to be a complete and total outrage. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Look at that audience surging right now. I'm combining words. I'm so excited. But I want to tell you this. 11-1, the Padres win. They out-hit the Dodgers 16-6. The Dodgers committed an error. The Padres did not. And it started in the third when Fernando walked. Arraez tripled him in. Manny singled him in. And Merrill tripled him in. And the floodgates were open. Merrill robbing Freeman. Cease striking out a bunch of Dodgers. It was textbook for the Padres tonight. And they needed this from Dylan Cease, his best start of the season. And he came up aces when they needed one the most. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, going to step aside, take a quick minute to tell you about incredible deals from these illustrious sponsors that we have on the Locked On Podcast Network. I hope you realize day in and day out, we have the best of the best. We're going to hit the turning point of the game. We're going to hit the star of the game, take you through the box score, tell you who did what, and we will get you ready for the series finale. Justin Wrobleski in big trouble. Why? The Padres have heated up. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And I get a chance to tell my skilled tradesmen, tradeswomen, and all tradespeople worldwide. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way. The reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast with Supply House. What a job they do. You need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few fast clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. All right. And our next up, get a chance to tell you about Monarch Money. I just realized I did that with the logos, but hey, they each got equal time and they each were on the screen or being read the whole time. So, whoa, we just did that without even realizing it, and it's all good in the hood. But I will tell you this, Monarch Money, if you ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. What do I mean? I mean, you can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and you start building wealth. Surprising insights with Monarch Money. When I started, I realized how much I was spending on food delivery. Now, I budget smarter and save more. All in one convenience. Instead of juggling multiple apps, I can use Monarch to check my finances, track spending, even plan long-term goals, and it's easy to collab. Personal with your partner, maybe it's business partner, whatever it is, it's easy to collab. Manage your money with your partner smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's half off your first year. monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB with Monarch Money on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every single day. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. We got a little love to get to. Meanwhile, I want to remind you and thank you, first of all, attitude of gratitude. Thank you so much for being here, making Padres Postcast or Locked On Padres podcast your first watch or listen every day. Javi and myself, thank you. We're on the same channel on YouTube. We're on the same channel wherever you get your podcasts, and we are also on the same channel on Roku. LFG Padres, that's right. Michael Cedillos, thank you for the chat. Come on in and say what up to your boy. If you're live on YouTube, don't forget, if you're listening, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, those are the numbers growing, huge numbers. We thank you so much. Want to acknowledge you wherever you're listening to your podcast. You've been huge. Leave us a comment. We'd love to get back to you there. Don't forget, you know what I mean, the mailbag on the YouTube page. We love that, Javi and me, and he's all over that day in and day out, as you everydayers know. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. So much to do, short time to do it in. What a night. What a night for the Padres. 11-1 the final. They out-hit the Dodgers 16-6. They scored 3 in the first, 1 each in the 4th and 5th, 4 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th inning. The Dodgers got one little measly run in the 8th. But how about the Padres? Before we hit the turning point, before we hit the star of the game, and before we hit tomorrow's game and series finale, I want a chance to tell you again, the Dodgers and the Padres tonight, what a game it was. We're going to hit the box score when we give you the star of the game. But for now, I just want to let you know how it all happened. And because they scored so many, I'm just going to give you the scoring plays. In the 3rd inning, it was a double by Luis Arraez, scoring Fernando Tatís Jr., who had walked. Then Manny Machado singled to center. Arraez scores. Then Merrill triples to right. Machado scores. Then in the bottom of the 4th, it's already 3-0. Maldonado grounds into a double play. They had the bases loaded with nobody out, and they only scored one run in the 4th inning. And you go, oh, my God, that's going to come back to haunt them. They only got 4. They should have had so many more. Little did we know at the time, but Martin Maldonado grounds into a double play, and Bogaerts scored. But again, bases loaded, no outs. Fernando struck out looking to end that inning. But it was 4-0 at the end of the 4th, and that's where it stood, right? And that was not the last we would hear from Martin Maldonado. In the 5th, Manny, why you bugging? He had 5 RBI tonight, singles in Arraez again. Manny with a single to center field. Luis Arraez, who scored 4 runs tonight, and Manny drove him in all night. Manny had 5 RBIs. Arraez scored 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And then, again, in the bottom of the 6th inning, Maldonado homers to left field. You know what I mean? Makes it 6-0. And then Manny Machado, even when he gets out, he drives in a run tonight. Grounds out to 3rd, scores Fernando Tatís Jr. Arraez goes to 2nd. Bogaerts singles to center. Arraez and Merrill score. It's 9-0, and everybody's just having a blast at Petco. Well, not everybody at that point. And then, just for good measure, you see that TikTok channel, Pizza Place, for good measures, Machado singles to left field. Maldonado scores. Arraez scores. It's 11-zip. And then for the Dodgers, Conforto singles to center, scoring Rojas in the top of the 8th inning. So that was that, and it was interesting at that point, obviously, with the Padres just bludgeoning the Dodgers. And in the meantime, Dylan Cease was in complete control. Bases loaded jam in the 3rd, another jam in the 5th, strikeouts to end both. Beautiful job by Dylan Cease tonight. His best start of the year when they needed it the most. Jim and Javier, there you go, Michael. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you very much. And there's no doubt we really enjoy what we do with and for you guys. All right, couple things to do, very short time with which to do it in. Remember, Javi's back in full effect. This is not the podcast. This is the postcast, and they still need to make moves offensively day in and day out. Javi's we got to get back to doing our crossovers, but he's just getting back healthy. All right, here we go. 2 things to do, short time to do it in. Here's number 1.
This is what you'll be talking about. Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Hey, we got it. All right, look behind me, 11-1. How about that? Man, the Padres were great tonight. There we go, little camera adjustment. Man, it's been so exciting of a process in doing this. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, 11-1, the final, and we have some candidates for the turning point, and we have some candidates for the star of the game. So we're going to kind of work through it as we go here. But when I think about this right now, the thing that really is amazing to me is the offensive outburst, right? And I know the kid is not the best pitcher in the world. I know he's had troubles, and I know the Dodgers are really banged up, but this is not the show for that. You know what I mean? Dylan Cease got the win. He's 2-5, first win in 11 starts for him. Sauer takes the loss, but what a night for the Padres. But the turning point of this game, they scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So when I think about this, they just kept the pressure on. It could be when they only got 1 run in the 4th, they came right back and got more in the 5th and scored 4 in the 6th. It could be the 3 runs that they scored in the 3rd inning. Fernando walks, scores on the Arraez hit. Manny drives him in. Merrill triples him in, and then Merrill with the catch out in center. I'd say the 3-run bottom of the 3rd for the Padres, it set the tone. They knew it was their stars who did it. I said starry night, stars shining bright. All the stars I see tonight. Arraez scores 4 runs. Manny drives in 5. Merrill has a big game offensively, defensively. Bogaerts big game. You know what I'm saying? Like all the above. And Dylan Cease shone the brightest of them all, of all the stars. But when I think about the turning point, it was that 3-run 3rd. The Stars knew they had to get it going tonight, right? You had been held scoreless in the first 2 innings. It's the 2nd time through the lineup against a pitcher who's really not worthy of wearing the Dodger blue or facing you at Petco in a big game in any way, shape, or form. You had to make him pay, and that's exactly what they did. Tatís starts with a walk, then Arraez doubles him in, then Manny singles him in, then Merrill triples him in, and you see what I'm saying. Before they blink, it's 3-zip. You come out, get another in the 4th, another in the 5th, 4 more in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Nighty-night to the Dodgers. So that was the turning point. All right, next up we have, and you know where we're going with this. We got a lot of candidates for...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Oh, man, oh, Manny, you want to say Manny Machado is the player of the game. You got an argument. You have got an argument. He's played more games in a Padres uniform than in any other uniform. Manny Machado with the 8-game hitting streak. He's been on fire and fuego lately. 3 for 5 tonight. 5 runs driven in, including another homer. He's hitting .325. And what a night for Manny Machado. So it could be Manny Machado, the star of the night. I don't have a picture of him specifically individually, but there's Luis Arraez on the left, and that's Martin Maldonado on the right, who caught a brilliant game for Dylan Cease. Hit a home run, drove in 2 runs of his own. Luis Arraez, 3 for 5, 4 runs scored, and an RBI. Could be Maldonado, could be Arraez. Could be, right? It could be. Could it be Jackson Merrill? He was 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Also, a beautiful catch to rob Freddie Freeman. Can't show that enough, but I don't know if it's going to be any of those guys because Dylan Cease turned the lights out on the Dodgers tonight. Now, granted, he was pitching with a huge lead all night long. After some of the starts he's had and the run support that he hasn't gotten, it's about damn time, and I'm sure he's feeling the same. Let's not forget his last time out, he took a bullet off his pitching arm, and we were all holding our breath because Yu Darvish, good Lord knows what's happening with him, and Michael Diggy Down with the King is on injured list as well. So the Padres needed Dylan Cease to go 7 innings, give up only 3 hits, strike out 11. He walked 5. That's why he had jams to escape in the 3rd and the 5th, but he made the pitches. His stuff was so filthy tonight. Dylan Cease looked like a Cy Young, 4th place Cy Young guy from last year. Hard to believe with the stuff that he has, 11 starts between wins for Dylan Cease. He is our star of the game and then some tonight. Congratulations and thank you to Dylan Cease. Real quick, we have a comment to read live on YouTube. And of course, if you're listening later on down the line, if you want to catch us live, it's only YouTube right after the games. But then we go to Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, or wherever you listen to your podcast. And then we go, you're down with OTT. Yeah, you know me, this whole gas lamp party tonight. Oh, can you imagine what that's like right now? Can you imagine what that is like right now in the gas lamp district? Please smash that subscribe, hit the bell, and come on in with the comments as we really enjoy what we're doing here with you. Javi and I both do, and we love you guys. And look, this guy's really struggling. I just want to throw this up here, not because he's our superstar, but look at Fernando scoring face first, stealing bags, wreaking havoc. He's not hitting for jack squat, and we know this. We talk about it every day. Hit 183 in May. It's worse in June. Start of the year red hot. MVP candidate. Right now, look, we need a Nando month. Merrill looks like he's heating up again. Fernando Tatís gets hot for a month. He'll carry this team by himself. And if anybody else is hitting at the same time, Manny's been sort of quasi-carrying in them the way he's been hitting, and Manny's really on fire right now. But Fernando went 1 for 2 with a walk tonight, scored 2 runs, always impacting the game. He made a beautiful double play out in right field last night. He just always finds ways to make things happen. Look at the hustle there for a multi-bazillion-dollar superstar to care and love the game that much. He does, Manny does. That's why we love them so much. That's one of the reasons Jackson Merrill never really was a rookie, right? When you have examples and leaders to follow like those two dudes. And for Dylan Cease to go out and do what he did tonight, trust me, he's going to go on a run now. It will not be 11. It won't be half of 11. It probably won't even be his next start before he gets another win. I'll tell you that. Dylan Cease will win much sooner than the last time, obviously, but I think he's going to go on a run as well. And then we'll see what they do with the offense, right? You know what I mean? There's Zanocan. Dodgers coping hard right now, Dodgers fans. Yeah, they're not in love with the world right now, the Dodger fans. And the reason is they have 14 pitchers injured. Snell's out, Glasnow's out. You know what I mean? It's just been crazy for the Dodgers these last couple of years. They thought they didn't need Jack Flaherty. Oh, did we wish that they didn't have him last year, season on the line. But what a win for the Padres. They need to build on it. They need to crush Zach Wrobleski tomorrow. Let's see where this game's sitting before we bounce like Mickey Mouse. We got 6:11, 1:10 p.m. So we'll be on right after, right about 3:30, 4 o'clock. The Dodgers minus 150 on the money line. The Padres plus 125. The Dodgers minus 1.5. The Padres plus 1.5 on the run line. You got Wrobleski against Vasquez. I think that, this is crazy because ESPN's matchup predictor has the Padres 54.5%. The line right above it has the Dodgers favored. I go Padres. I go over tomorrow. It's 9.5, the over-under, but to get the over, it's minus 120. I go Padres over tomorrow. Definitely going to be an over. Vasquez has been struggling. This kid Wrobleski is going to get smoked by this suddenly red-hot Padre offense. I'm looking at this being a slugfest. Men's beer league softball, cigarettes hanging out of their mouths and pitchers in their hands as they compete. I'm kidding, but seriously, it's going to seem like that when you look at what happens in the run column tomorrow. So that would be my best advice, would be to do that. You know what I mean? That's the deferred contract curse. Oh, the Pods fans getting heated. Let's go. Give it to them. They deserve it. Grandkids are going to be paid off. Ohtani's grandkids are going to be gambling. Should I say that too soon? Ohtani, gambling? Oh, come on. You think it was really the trainer, the interpreter, any of those guys? You think it was just them? Allegedly. You think it was just them? Come on. His grandkids need money to gamble with too. Just kidding. Allegedly. Ha! Shohei. Come on, we love Shohei Ohtani. No, we don't. We're kidding. It's the Dodgers, but a big win for the Padres nonetheless. See what you got me doing? Zanocan Padre fans, they're going to love me, man. I remember being in Miami when Livan Hernandez won the World Series, and he goes, I love you, Miami. Padre fans are going to be like, we love you, Greece. Ohtani, what? His grandkids need gambling money. Come on, they got to keep deferring that contract for the Shohei kid. You can't have a stain on the game's biggest star. No, can you? And Barry Bonds is right, by the way. If Ohtani played in that era, he would have gotten drilled 100 times. Every steal, every homer, the way these guys primp and pose now. Yeah, you'd have had one in your back, Shohei. But his grandkids need gambling money, right? Or some money for something. And we'll see. But I kid. And I'm having fun with it. But all the way across the board, dominant win for the Padres. Oh, phony, says Michael Cedillos. Thank you guys so much for being the best part of what we do. The audience is surging. I'm going to hand it off to Javier Arraez for a Locked On Padres podcast that you are going to love on the heels of this game, this series. Hopefully the Pods can close it out with a dub tomorrow. 1:10 first pitch with Randy Vasquez on the mound against Justin Wrobleski. Who? Sauer and Wrobleski. It sounds like an accounting firm. Those are the Dodgers pitchers back-to-back in the closing two games of this series. And if the Padres just could have pulled out that win last night, because now you got the stinking rotten Giants right there in between the Dodgers and the Padres. So even if you win this game tomorrow, finish 2 out of 3 in this series, there's a chance the Giants could beat the Rockies. They've won 6 one-run games in a row, 2 against the Padres, 3 against the Braves, 1 against the Rockies. They could do it again tomorrow, and they could be in first, sole possession of first, with the Padres and Dodgers tied in second at a half game back. Or they could lose. You could be the Dodgers, and you, San Diego Padre fan, could be in first place this time tomorrow. Yes, I said it. Let's go. You know the offense is going to get upgraded. You know it's going to happen. You know the reinforcements are coming, maybe an arm or two as well. Man, oh man, it was a bullpen game. Who said that? Yeah, no, where was your offense? Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani hitting singles. Just a brilliant game all the way across. And Dylan Cease was fantastic, Nanocan. Dylan and Michael. Dylan Cease was great. So even if you're listening after the fact on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, or watching after the fact on Roku, remember, you can watch us live. Get all this handsomeness on YouTube. And if you're not watching at all and you're just listening, you are missing out, ladies. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. But the Padres win. That's not a joke. 11-1, 16 hits for San Diego. Manny, 5 RBIs. Arraez, 4 runs scored. Fernando scored a couple of runs. Dylan Cease, 11 strikeouts. What a game for the Padres. They're a game out of first, a half game behind the Giants, a game behind the Dodgers in the NL West. It's getting real. You got the Diamondback series over the weekend after the finale against the Dodgers tomorrow. Then 4 at Chavez the Stink Pot next week. And I don't care where they're playing. The Dodgers getting pitching like this has been brutal on them. The Mets beat them up. The Cardinals beat them up. And they're still, think about it, still, I don't want to end on a bad note, but they're still in first place. All right, we'll be here tomorrow, 1:10 first pitch. Right after the game, we will be here with your Padres postcast. Thank you so much for watching us, listening to us tonight. We appreciate you. Such a great part of what we do here on the YouTube channel, the Roku channel, and wherever you listen to your podcast. Myself and Javier Arraez, we love the family that we've created. Smash that subscribe, hit that bell so you get the alerts when we're coming your way with more content. And come on in and say hi in the chat or the mailbag. Any questions you have and whatnot. And one more thing I want to talk to you about because I love the show. We love that you make us your first watch or listen or your second one every day, Javi and me. But for your second or third, go check out all new Locked On MLB Game Night. It's every game, every night, all season long. Local analysis on a national scale. MLB Game Night. Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Real quick before we bounce, like Mickey Mouse, we got a couple more quick comments to get to. There we go. Yeah, Kiki with the half helmet throwing 40. Thank you, Zanocan. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate you guys. Really appreciate the fan base. The numbers have been surging. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. This team deserves it. The offensive reinforcements are coming. You know what I'm saying? I am not playing. 1:10 tomorrow, right after the game. We're back with your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Until then, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, reminding you to always keep your game tight and your mind right, baby. Jim Grease, I'm out.